Hi guys. So I'm still just waiting to see if more people will join in. We check the chats. I pasted the link now. So you can go ahead to click it and just sign up. This is the platform we're going to be using to write the tests or the quiz, whatever, this morning. So, but I've not started it yet. It's going to start by 10:15. So you could just sign up and then be waiting for the starting of the quiz. So pending that time, wait for others to join in. Please let me know if you got what I said. If you just send an emoji, an emoji or something, so I know that everyone heard me. All right, thank you very much. So let's wait for 4 more minutes now. Yep. guys. So you've signed up. The test will be starting in a few seconds. So you can just go ahead and just, I think you can start the test now. Hello, guys. The test is open.
It's Hostinger's biggest ever Black Friday sale. Hostinger AI website builder plans now start at just 2,900 Naira a month. Go online in minutes with AI, plus get a domain name an extra month for free.
So my friend is still the leaderboard. Uh, let's see who's going to be the da 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 da. Okay. I can see someone is on fire. Da 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 da. You guys are doing good. You guys are doing good. Okay, I think everyone is done, I guess. All right. So, can you give me a thumbs up if you are done? Yeah, I just want to be sure because I see some unattempted question here. Okay. All right. Manuel, Chinonso, Timilein. All right. Uh, what about Usman? Oh, good. So we're all done. Oh, cool. That's awesome. So, I mean, the test will end in 5 minutes. So, I mean, the whole class averagely have 72%. So, sorry. We can't, submit. Uh, all right. Yes. Sorry. Yes. So yeah, this is what we have. Like, before we go through all the question, like, guys, how was the question? Like, how was the quiz? Like, feel free to unmute and say something or drop a chat. Yeah, Emmanuel, thanks. Fair. Okay. Um, I see.
Yeah,
I
it was
see.
good.
Timile is is the lead for this quiz. So yeah, Chino. So yeah, go ahead.
For me, I didn't even know that it was timed. So like anytime I wanted to ask that
Oh,
question, I would just see the time, I'll just go off and then I will miss out on that
oh,
question. So it was a new platform definitely, but the questions
oh,
were good.
sorry about that.
That's totally
Yeah,
fine.
don't worry. I mean, so we wanted to use Kahoot, but those guys were rejecting. Um, they said they were going to give us one Black Friday, whatever, and we're trying to get that, but they were rejecting what they were giving us. So we had to go for Wayground. Wayground gives us more this thing, but Wayground is more like student teachers kind of stuff. So I mean, so we just decided to go with it. So sorry about that. Yeah, all in all, it's still good. You guys kind of did great. I mean, is there any question there? I mean, now let's go through the questions. Like 20 questions in all. This one is like I was hoping to somewhere that this question low key, right? I mean that one was like cheap question for everybody. Free question, I guess. So yeah, we add this also, which are the polling tasks listed as an application area for using LLM APIs in the course outline, like according to uh, the course that we did. That's the prompt engineering, ChatGPT prompt engineering for developers. So that's where we did that one from. And I see that we have two correct answers and one incorrect answer. Okay, I can imagine. Um, I think so. The answer is sentiment classification, right? So I don't know. Then the third question says in the context of effective prompt engineering. I mean, this one is iteration, right? So we're able to get that. So I will skip. Yeah, Timmy.
Yeah, for that prompt engineering question, I could not like read it quickly. I was on the one incorrect is me. I could not read it fast as well.
Oh, I
So
see.
yeah,
Sorry about that. Wait, how many seconds was each question? I think it was 20 seconds.
yeah, 20 seconds.
Oh, I don't know. I think I was even trying to see how like this is my first time using the platform too. So we're all we're all on the same like so sorry about that. But yeah, it's fine. I think the fourth question also has like the transformer architecture. What purpose does the self attention layer primarily serve in the encoder? Right? The answer is basically the like to allow the model to look at other words in sequence for clues associating the word being processed with relevance context for better encoding. I mean, the whole point is I want to know like how many words are important to me. So each word is like standing and saying how many words are important to me for me to be able to like um fulfill whatever the request is, whatever this sentence is. I mean, I will not lose the meaning. Like kind of something like that. So I don't know. That's where I can explain right now. Like so maybe Ade goes to school. Ade is looking out to how it connects to goes to and to school. And then the same thing for all each of the words, assuming they were tokens, for instance. Like so it's basically putting themselves as let's say the keyword and how other words connect to them basically, right? So I mean, that's the whole point of what the self-annotation layer is doing in the encoder. Okay, so I skip this one. Let's go to number 6. Why is the use of delimiters in prompting advised? To enforce the use of visual to, I mean, the answer is C though. So delimiters just helps you separate, let me know this is an instruction, this is an input, this is a context, this is an output, right? It just separates them basically. That's the whole point of using delimiters. So let's go to question 9. In image generation, the efficient model addresses the major drawback of generative adversarial networks, GANs, by simplifying the process into kind of iterative small step situation. Which drawback is minimized by this iterative approach? the need for large generator networks, no necessity for test conditioning, no difficulty and instability of training, including problems. Yes, yes, that's the whole point of like iterating, doing it small, small. So for instance, I want to generate like um maybe what's a very complex, what can be a complex image? I mean in my head. Maybe like a park, amusement park, right? Imagine you want Gemini to give you an amusement park that has, I don't know all the names of those games, pardon me. That has what's it called? That thing that rolls, what's it called? I don't know. So I had a very, very unfunny childhood. I don't even know what those things are called. Can you imagine? But you guys know what I'm saying, right? Like all those stuff that merry-go-round,
Merry-go-round.
yeah, thank you. And all those things. And then you want Gemini to kind of like generate it for you. And imagine just telling me to bombarding me with all those games. The one that's this one that is very scary, that goes up and down, like very high in the sky, and all those things. Like a lot of them, swimming, go karts, all those things in one image. I'm very sure Gemini will actually be confused. There will be places where some games will be inside the water that are not supposed to be and things like that. But imagine you start telling it to maybe on the left side, generate the lane for the go-kart, put 2 or 3 go-karts there, and then it does that. Then when it gets that correctly, you tell it not to change anything there. By the right side, generate this, like that. By iterating over it, before you know it, you have, what's what I'm going to look for? You already have the whole image. It's like you're an architecture trying to put in pieces before you get your final image. So yeah. So let's go to question 10. In the transformer encoder, which mechanism is employed to give the model a sense of the order of words in the input sequence, since the core attention mechanism lack sequential awareness? This one is positional encoding. Positional encoding. Yeah. How do I explain this one? To be honest, right now I don't know how to explain it, but at least positional encoding. Let me see. So this one is, as I think this also has something to do with weight too. When it's trying to like help each of the words or sequence or tokens generate their weight according uh to be honest, I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's positional encode. Yeah, it's positional encode. Yes, that's it. But okay, let's skip that. Let's go to this 11. What happens to the 8 separate SZS matrices produced by multiple attention heads in the transformer architecture before they are passed to the feed forward, layer? This one is concatenation, and then now do, so this is like I mean, this, who got this question? Somebody, there's one correct answer. The answer is C. Who got it?
I think I did.
Awesome.
I
I
have no
mean,
explanation though. But
you had no.
I think I just chose it. I think it appealed to me the most out of all the.
Nice. I like that. Say you appealed. All right. The answer is like they are concatenated and then multiplied by additional weight matrix. So I don't know, how do I explain this? Like we'd have to do a lot of, we have to do some breaking down to, okay, Emmanuel, you go ahead. Emmanuel, you were raising up your hand, or was that?
Sorry, I was muted. Okay. Um. Okay. So I just wanted to ask, or I just needed to ask the W naught. Is that like a part of an entire formula, or it's just the symbol?
Is that like I didn't get a part of what?
A formula or it's just a symbol that you inserted here?
Okay, so what's the word I'm going to say now? W naught is should I say the weight matrix? That's actually the name. I'm trying to see how to explain it. So this thing is actually part of the multi-head attention mechanism, right? And each operation is called a head, and they are in parallel. So they produce what we call an output matrix, or I think another name for it is Z context vector, right? So they produce what we call an output matrix. So now you now kind of like, so each of the matrices that they produce, like maybe H1, H2, H3, or to as whatever HN, let's say. So we now kind of like join them together, concatenate them together, right? So when we concatenate them together, we now multiply it by, so W naught is the trainable weight matrix. Like what's the way I'm going to put it down? So it's the trainable weight matrix. It's the one that helps the kind of like give us a projection into how the combined output, like all those output metrics, how, after we combine them, then now gives us like another model dimension, or most times it ends up with the same original input dimension, like of the model. So what it does is, because of these particular attention mechanisms, that's the multi-head, right? We're able to now attend to information. Like the model can process, the process will allow the model to actually attend to different information, to information from different representation rather. Like, so you have different positions or subspaces, as they usually call it, right? So the whole point is you want to enhance the performance. All these things is just to, the whole game is, I want to be able to know the diversity in the data, like different patterns. So after I've gotten all the patterns, after all those layers have been done separately, I want to join them together to now have an idea of, oh, okay, if I see something going in this dimension or this pattern, maybe in a text, somebody's speaking in this way, somebody's writing in this way, and somebody's writing in that way. Does not necessarily mean that they are entirely different. It's just that they are using maybe collocations, or maybe they are using hyperboles, maybe they are using simile. For instance, I'm just using normal English terms now. So when I join them together, I see that they still give me, they denote the same meaning as the original input, the dimension of the original input. Like, I just want to be able to have more diverse capacity to, to see patterns in data. Most times that's the whole point of like, that's the whole point of this multi-head attention mechanism. And is one of the most important mechanisms that's used in the what's this thing called LSTM. I don't know if you know LSTM or you've heard of LSTM architecture before. That's, you see, long short term memory is an RNN, right? So man, I hope that answers the question. I hope. I'm trying to break it down. Sometimes I don't know if I'm breaking it down to myself, but yeah, that's my understanding of it. Who are the instructor? This one you don't wait. Let me see. Let me see who missed this one. We got, wait, only, okay, three correct. Three correct. Okay. I think Usman chose Issa Fulford and Yan Likon. Okay. It's still Andrew Ng though, but yeah. Let's go to this. Which of the following tasks explicitly said that the capability of large language model API generate as a demonstrated in ChatGPT prompt engineering for developers course? That's data clustering, transforming text. Yep. Transforming text is the answer. Let's go to 15. Okay, what is the primary architectural concept used by transformer model to account for the order of words in the input sequence? Oh, let me see the answers that many people chose. Um, okay, someone chose feed forward, someone chose self-affection. So okay, I think you timed out. Yeah, I can see you timed out. All right, that's fine. Positional encoding, that's basically the work of positional encoding, like helping you to actually know, um helping you know what's it called? Where the so it's not just telling us where the words or word is in the sequence. So my name is Solomon. Like where is my positioned, right? But beyond just um looking for where is it positioned, it begins to also somebody raising there. Okay, Chinonso. Okay, Chinonso, you can go
Yeah,
ahead.
this question, as you're going through it now, I see what you're saying. I don't think I got the chance to read the question well, but I absolutely agree with you now. I see my mistake. Yeah.
All right, it's fine. Yeah, it's good. Um, I mean, the whole point is we all learn. All right, so let's go to the next one. We're almost done, and then we'll just do a quick, shall I say, technical kind of for. So what I'm doing today is we are just going to go through the task, one of the tasks, because there are two of them for week 5 and 6. I think the week 5 and the week 6. Um, maybe we'll do the week 6 later on because we still have something related to it. But yeah, in the context of machine learning models, what is the fundamental difference between a generative model and a discriminative, sorry, not descriptive, discriminative model? Discriminative learns pattern in languages, generative learn pattern in images. Nope. Generative models use label data. Nope. Generative model generating data instance. Yes, that's I mean the whole from the name generative. Discriminative models classify labels for data points. Yes. So C is the answer. C is the answer. I'm probably sure some probably they just picked it out of Rush or something. I can see Emmanuel picked similar in timed out. Yeah, we're not able to read the question fast. Sorry. Or similar in timed out. Emmanuel said discriminative model and patterns in languages. But I mean, I hope you've seen the correct snapshot. But let's do to 17. What technique is used to prevent an LLM model from getting confused between instructions and user input, thereby help to mitigate? I mean, this question is rephrased. We answered it earlier, right? Your point is delimiters, right? Every other technique helps in ensuring that actually all the techniques, right? But what changed the dynamics here is it said getting confused between instructions and user inputs. That's the dynamics. All of them actually they help to mitigate hallucination if you use them right. Right. So, but the one that changed the game here for the question is between instructions and user input. So what brings the changes is the limiters. Right. So yeah, what processes describe our diffusion model, like stable diffusion, DALI, generate an image from noisy, no, from I say noisy, from noise iteratively. So training to computing network, generator on TPM, nope. Iteratively predicting the noise that was added to a noisy image and subtract, yes. So I mean that's the point of this method, like this, should I say method, process or model, diffusion itself, the whole concept of diffusion, right? So the answer is, and everybody got 19 and 20 correctly. But yeah, I mean, you guys, I'm clapping for you here. So you guys are good. At least I'm happy that at least to a certain extent, everybody knows this thing out of the busy schedule and blah blah blah. Was able to gather knowledge. I mean, know something about this. So yeah, it's quite good. So let me stop sharing this. I'm going to share another screen. So for this, as we said, let me check the leaderboard. So we have Milen, Chinonso, and Emmanuel. You guys you'll be hearing from us. We have a little sort of small token for you guys. So we'll reach out to you for your gift. So Yay! So I mean, it's sort of like encouraging you guys for staying. I mean, a lot of people kind of like said they are going to be a part of this and all that, but we know everybody's busy and all that, but you guys are still staying committed, and so it's just like a token of appreciation. Don't worry, Usman, you also don't worry, we have something for you guys later on, but for this particular quiz, the top three will be getting something from us. So yeah, cheers to the top three winners, right? So I'm going to stop sharing this now, and we'll go to so give me a minute. I'm going to share my another screen. Okay. Oh, I thought I opened this down, but yeah. I'm going to open new window. Mm, sorry, 1 minute. Just trying to open this resource. This will not be long. It's just a practical session, and then we just talk through it. And why is my network? Is my network bad? I don't think so. Sorry, guys. I don't know. My network is slowing down. Let me check speed. Oh my gosh. How is this network? I don't know how Google Chrome, Google Meet does this, even with very poor network like this. What's wrong with MTN this month? I had 20 MB earlier now, so I will load my MB. Let me switch to my, but sorry guys. I'm trying to switch my network so I can. Pam, pam, param, pam, param, pam. Pam, param, pam. Pam, param, pam, pam. Okay, it's better now. Okay. It's coming up. Few more seconds. I'm on now. Seriously, since it's getting on my nerves. Why are you now doing this? Oh gosh. Okay, so guys, while I'm waiting for that, let me share another. So I just created a very short, kind of like um. So looking at week 5 task. I don't know why this thing is falling my hand right now, and it's the network is good, so I can see that the network is back. So I don't know why it's now. But yeah, um, so this is what we have. So let's see. I want to create fantasy. Please don't break on me. I'm going to say a young boy who is from the future and needs to save the world so that he can be born. I don't know what to say. So I just kind of like say generate a story about this. So this thing is not generating the kind of story that I want, but yeah, it's shall working. So I'm using because it's free. I think in the I didn't know we didn't check that too because in the what's it called in the task I think we mentioned to use OpenAI, but OpenAI API key is not free. I didn't anyone attempted to do that. But with Gemini, you could create an API key from the AI Studio and use it in your code. But you cannot. I think you're only allowed to use. When I was trying it, I think you're only allowed to use their Flash, image Flash, or what's the name of that? Two of them, I guess, for free. I tried using Pro, but obviously I know it wasn't going to work. Right. So yeah. But yeah, this is it. The whole point is just for us to be able to make sure that we create a prompt and generate something which is working here. So yeah, with this prompt now I can copy and then go to maybe Gemini, ChatGPT, any other thing and tell them to generate a story for you, right? So this is the whole idea. It's just for us to just see how it works. Yeah. Has this thing completed? I think it has. So yeah, that not messed up my work. Okay, so let's do a quick run through on how I did it. So I don't know if you guys have something. If you guys did something, I mean, you guys can do something better than I did. So so I'm going to share this stuff. Sorry. Um, so sorry guys. Can you see my? So yeah. So creative week 5 project 1 creative story idea generator. Have you guys attempted this task? How many of us attempted it or have done it or I've not checked the task yet, so I don't know how many people have submitted in the form. So yeah. All right, awesome. So you guys, man, what maybe before I start, what stack or what how did you approach it before I go through mine? Anybody? Timberlake, I think yeah, go ahead.
I used Flask, and I I use Flask. Then for my front end I use CLI instead with Click. There's one CLI Click something that makes it look a bit nice. So that I just made it like within the CLI because I didn't want to do HTML and CSS.
Right, that's fair. I mean, the whole point of the task is not even about the backend, it's just for you to run the backend part, kind of. Yeah, that's fine. Anybody else? Hi, if you can hear me, I think I see you, but you
Uh,
joined late.
yeah, yeah, I joined late. I'm really sorry about that. I'm
It's
just, yeah, I'm really
You
sorry
missed
about
the
that.
quiz. You missed the
I see that.
quiz.
No, in fact, like, I, I didn't even know that there was going to be a quiz like this. So, uh,
Oh,
I,
really?
yeah, I
We
think,
put we posted it on the group, but it's fine. Don't worry. Don't miss the next one.
no
All
problem. No problem.
right. Thank you. All right, guys. So let me just go straight to it so that we can just go through it. So what I did, so yeah, this is the whole my own kind of like. So what I did was, don't mind all the plenty of go, the thing is not fine. But yeah, backend is fast API. I'm using Google Gemini API for like, I use front end React Byte. I mean, that's like what is on their docs. So I just pick it up. Then I use EMV for the API key. That's why I see security. But I mean, just to mimic real life whatever. So these are like the layers. But obviously that one is that one is just to show us like this is how the whole architecture diagram looks. But this is not for the app. But just believe me small. This is the whole idea of like the saying we are using an architecture. So but yeah, like I mentioned, fast API, React, Blue Gemini, and Tailwind. And this is the structure. I have the whole project in a folder, and um, I have the front end and the back end. Um, Basically, just to um, like just contain all the files that's needed and blah blah blah. So then backend, this is how the model is, the one that is like getting the story. You can see the story requests and the response, which is bringing the content back to us here. So um let's go to wait. All right, so this is the logic, the whole function doing the whole thing is this guy here. So right, so is a very simple, like um what's it called? So I just created the services of PY, added the generate story prompt on the backend side of things. So you kind of like get the model. So I did this, I screenshotted this when I was in Gemini Pro, but I've changed it. It wasn't working. So I've changed it. So I'm no more using Gemini Pro. I'm using Gemini Flash latest, right? So yeah, this is how it is. Then the whole fast API uh, application, just allowing everything, allowing all the origin, allowing, because I mean it's local host. I'm not putting it anywhere. So yeah, we have that. So then the generate, which is now calling the generate story prompt in the services, right? And returns the story response with the content like as whatever is we have gotten here. If you remember from our story response, the content is what it takes in. That's the response from what we have, right? Oh, sorry. These are the dependencies I use. I didn't mention this. So fast API, UVCon for like, I mean, fast API and UVCon is like 5 and 6. Then the Google Generative AI for us to work with the API key. Then Python.m for like managing environment variable and financing for the model structure. So yeah, so the whole point, I mean, you guys probably know this. So creating a new project, then going to front end, installing all the required whatever. So and then how I'm submitting the form, right? But you guys don't really need this part. Um, so first starts for you to actually test the app, you have to like start the back end, start the front end, then type in your whatever and verify outputs. So just like what I showed earlier, basically that's just what it does. And yep. So I think I've already done the demo before. So but yeah, let's share this tab. So this is demo. This how the front end is. Sorry, that's not fine. It's very boring, but yeah, it does what it's supposed to do. So let me say, let me create another thing. I'm going to say fantasy and utopia nation that got corrupted by greed. I don't know how that's possible, but yes, let's try it and see what it's going to give us. So give us a story idea, and so the ever bright dominion, once flawless, now has a creeping gold rot. Prompt: a royal archivist discovers their nation's perfection is maintained by sacrificing one innocent soul to a subterranean vault of sentient avarice. Yet they must choose expose the truth or secure the utopia's blood-soaked peace. Guys, what do you see to this story idea? Like, I mean, it's giving us a story idea. So if you're a writer, I see
Yeah,
something.
yeah, it looks good. I think uh, I don't know what to say much. I don't have much to say about it. I think the if we run the story, uh maybe we can maybe we can get money from it if we actually push it. Maybe we can become a bestseller if we are able to continue. Maybe we'll find a way to ask it to do much like the plot of each chapter.
Yeah. But
Something.
I mean, we can actually do, who knows, we can develop a movie from this. Like a movie that would make Hollywood run for their life. Like, I mean, yeah, it's an idea. I think there are movies that have kind of these utopian dynasty kind of ideas, like movies like this. That's everything seems nice until they find out that the boss, probably they are brainwashing them or they are killing a cell in their body or so. I think I've seen
Like
movies
a
like
zombie apocalypse or something around there.
I know that there are movies like this. Moonshots, yeah, yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, there are movies like this. So I mean, let's clap for Gemini. Gemini is doing good. So yeah, I mean, guys, that's the whole like concept of this. But I think the second part of this assignment mentioned something about um doing something with see Orkin face. Let me see the question. Let me see if I can open the resource and check what the question says. I think the question spoke about um yeah, exploring open source ecosystem. So it's saying that instead of using API key, we should swap to using a free Hugging Face model using transformers and pipeline. Did anyone attempt that? Anybody at all? Or is it only the API key you did? Team Lane, you did. Oh, come on, let's celebrate Team Lane. Let's celebrate Team Lane. That's awesome. Anybody else? Only Team Lane.
I
Emmanuel.
also add the I didn't use it for this specific task, but
Okay.
yes, but I was doing like a short course on Hugging Face, and I used the pipeline library, but like it was for audio classification or something like that.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. 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 I mean, the whole point is for us to have like a practical idea of how to use these tools, right? Um, like the why we even created this Gen AI study was to target people that already have idea of programming, like software engineering, web developers, whatever. Like, but you're already in the um engineering space, like writing code on a daily basis or at least frequent with it, so that you don't have to start learning mathematical models, calculus. I mean, it's not wasted knowledge. It's actually awesome if you know it. But I mean, kickstart with it first, then you can be catching up along the line as you begin to see deep dive, right? So it makes sense. So at least let's try to attempt some of these things. We don't need to get it perfect, but I'm sure if we try to do something alongside some of these tasks, you would see new things. You would even come across things you didn't know about before, or processes you didn't know about before, and things like that. So it helps a lot. But yeah, today we are not going to be, I mean, the whole point of week 5 and week 6 is for us to actually build, explore models, explore the whole ecosystem. So it wasn't really much about, I don't watch videos or anything, right? So I don't know if you have anything you want to like ask or discuss or something. Like we have, practically for me, we are done for today, right? Or do you guys want to go through the code base? I mean, it's practically what I listed, what I listed in the, what's it called, in the slide, but we can go through it if you want. Maybe I'll share my screen, or let me share my da, 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 da. Share screen. I'll share my. Let me know if you can see my screen. I think you guys should be seeing it now. Can you guys see my screen? I'm sharing your screen now. So basically, like the same structure, thanks. Same structure I mentioned. So you can see this is the API key I generated. I just generated the API key. Put it in the env. That's the only thing there. Then I have the front end. I have the back end. It's not really much. So I have the lists. I have these. This is the main.py. So this is for the front end and this is for the back end. So I just like added everything, right? These are the stuff that I'm using. We have the services, which is like the main guy doing the whole thing. So you can see I'm just adding the genre and the character. So I'm saying keep it under 50 words and make it intriguing. I mean, I could go for that, but I mean, it's free. I don't know. I think so. I don't want to. I didn't know how quick I was going to get it done. So I just say, okay, let's keep that very small so that the tokens that I have will not be wasted. But yeah, this is basically like the whole thing, right? The whole stuff that I'm supposed to do. The model is this, then the main file, like calling everything, they generate, like calls generate story prompt, gets the story prompt, and sends it as story response to the front end. So basically, this is just the whole thing. The front end is here. We can see. So it's the whole thing. I removed some of the emoji. This one, I don't even stress myself. Google AI Studio gave me some of the files. So, because I mean, I was not in, so I just said, give me one very small boilerplate, and he did so. I was just stressing myself to do all those writing this thing. After I created the, what's it called? The React initial setup, I just used that to generate some of this. That's why the UI is boring. I didn't really waste time on it. There was no point in that. But yeah, that's the whole code base. Right. So I don't know if you guys have any questions, any additions, contributions, probably something you learned during the week, or like if you could that is doing Hugging Face course now, maybe there's something they are doing there, like you believe that maybe it's a good topic for discussion. Yeah, I mean anything. But as of today's class, we are practically done. So um, the floor is open for anyone that has anything to say. Or if not, you can just chill out and eat popcorn, and then we can call it a day. Anyone? Usman, Tilay, Emmanuel, so or I can see someone, Babatunde Koiki is here also. Hi, you're welcome, Babatunde. All right, so it seems like the hall is silent, so nobody has any addition, contribution, subtraction. I can see Wills. Wills, you are welcome. You guys kind of like join early next session. So it means the quiz for today, and our top three quiz winners are getting a gift. So, so let's try and join early next session. So I usually I would set the time for 10:15 to 10:30 so that we can join in and do the quiz together. So try and join early before that. But yeah, we did the quiz and we went through the question and answers together, and it's fun. So guys, please, let's try and join early next session. Yeah, if you can hear me, go ahead, please.
Okay. This is not in addition to what what you just said. So I was going to ask like about the new models that have come out lately. Has anybody tried them? And I think the Gemini 3 and Claude have released new models, and so I just wanted to discuss about that when you're done.
Yeah, the floor is open, everyone. I've used both. I've used Gemini 3. I actually I have a pro account for Google Gemini. So I'm using it steady. Like
Ah, that's why you're both here.
so it's actually nice. I use Claude 4.5 also. I actually have that based on work. So I use that at my workplace. As I use that as a junior developer for some task. And I use what's this called too? We use choose. So sometimes when we have like PRs that we need to like some very basic things, adding of colors, change a button, like very, very minute, maybe only UI task kind of. We just write a commit message on a particular branch that we needed to work on, and then we assign it to Jules, and it makes a PR, and we vet it and merge, right? So yeah, it's becoming a day-to-day thing for me though, and it has been making my life easy. Now I sleep better.
Yeah. What's Jews?
Oh, it's like if you check JULES.google, I think is also by Google. It helps you, like you don't even need to open your VS Code. You can do it on your phone. Like just go to your GitHub. As far as you have installed, you have like just installed on your GitHub like repo. You can assign tasks to it. It's an agent. So you assign tasks to it, and it will help you do whatever you ask it to do, like according to community. But be careful. You can also delete your file. You don't mind me. But yeah, don't give it access to some things to do. So that's why I said what we use it for is basically just like UI tasks, very minor stuff. But yeah, it's actually a very good it's a very good agent,
And it's
to be
free.
honest. They are free. It's free, but the free is limited. I think you can do up to 3 tasks at the same time. Just can do for free, and then you have how many requests per day? I think 10 requests or 20 requests for juice per day. So after that one is done until the next day. But even at free, I mean, if you are not doing like a large code base or something that requires you to be making like 200 PRs in a day, I don't think anybody does. But yeah, I think it works. Just make sure that in the task you're giving it, you list it very well. Maybe create an MG file or something for you to go check. Yeah.
Um, has anybody tried Google's anti-gravity app?
Oh, that thing is massive. I tried it for I think I needed to do something for a client. I just let me do a prototype. After all, I have anti-gravity. Though I created a task list, gave it to it, it recreated the task list and started ticking it off one out. I was just looking at it like that, like, are you kidding me? Like, and but I noticed that sometimes that thing can hallucinate stupid things. But yeah, it works, sure.
Yeah, I also tried it but for me, I tried it. There was someone on Twitter posting like things they do with like Google anti-gravity. They posted like I think it was a video. Oh yeah, an AI interviewer. So then they also wrote the prompt they used to build the entire app. So I just took the prompt and gave it to anti-gravity and let me see what it would do. And he sort of did everything, but the app doesn't really work. Like he got everything right. The UI, everything was there. Um, but the whole functionality of the app is still sort of broken. So it didn't work well. But it was impressive, Sha.
It's actually
Like
impressive.
from
Yeah.
zero to getting all the UI and everything down. It was very impressive.
So it's like what we say, like this old AI tools, AIGs. I think like the whole point is you still have to be the architecture of your, you still have to be um the architect, I meant to say, the architect of your whole app. So for instance, let's imagine you are telling you want the even Copilot, anti-gravity, whatever, any of these AI to help you develop something. And you are giving it dimension, telling it a dimension of the button it has to follow. You probably even gave it the function name. You gave it like you fed it with like the boilerplate of all those things. The only difference is writing the code inside those things. Like you will still see much more perfection of it than you just leaving the whole ball into the hands of the AI to build everything from scratch. Like this is something that we do. So I have like a kind of like boilerplate. I use it mostly for mobile. So Flutter basically. So I have like a boilerplate. First of all, I have all my folder structure. This is where my data is going to be. This is where services will be. This is where my config is going to be. So I've created everything. This is the core folder. This one contains this. I've even created file, it use dot whatever that and all those things. I've created all those things, but they are empty. Do you understand what I'm saying? They are empty. Now I go forward sometimes when I'm like, I know that what I want to work on is complex. I go forward to like into each of these files. I put a comment, like a documented comment, like for you to follow. So even if it's open that document and it's trying to build its own, then I also create a like an instructions.md for or if I'm going to be using AI at all in my project, I'm going to create an instruction.md. And that instruction.md tells it the kind of files it needs to look at first, how the structure it needs to follow. Okay, I'm writing this project is going to be using an MVVM structure, it's going to be using an MVC structure, it's going to be using an MVP structure, like whatever architecture design I'm going to be using. Ensure that every function follows solid principles. Make sure that they use this, they use that, they use it. You know, by the time is a lot of work for you, but I tell you, in the long run, you'll be happy that you did it. I'm telling you from experience. Like it's like you commanding or instructing junior developers. oh, like, so once it's done, and in fact, I even go far ahead sometimes to do this in the instruction. For every change in every file, get an approval from him. I'm telling you. So he checks the file. Once it's done, he now prompts back and says that it shows that it is done. That can you continue? Once I say okay, I look at the file, I look at the structure. Some are there, and some I tell it if the change is too large, maybe it needs to write like 2 3 functions. I tell it what it needs to change in the function, and then I say apart from this, the file is okay. Make those changes, and then we can move on. Then he makes the changes, and then like that. So you can see. So it's like saying a junior developer, you are giving the junior developer a task, and it's coming to you, boss. I don't finish. Oh, let me check the code. And I check the code. And I'm like, okay, that's. If you change this one, change. So it's practical. So that's the way I use it. It's practically just like that, right? Like, and it has been helpful because I mean, in my company, we used to be. I'm coming. 1, 2, 3. We used to be 4 mobile devs, but we're now 2. Can you imagine what would happen if I don't have to use these tools? Can you imagine? So I would have seen Shege Banza, right? But yeah, I'm not even feeling it, right? Because we know how to use this tool, right? You are the architect. These things are helpful, but if you are not careful, it can also make you people say people that know how to use this tool, they are the one that will not lose their job. It's not people that know how to use this tool, people that actually know how to use this tool with structure. Somebody can be using Claude, and then you will ask the person how to create a button, and he doesn't know how to create a button again. Why? Because the person has been 100% dependent on Claude to create a button. No, it's entirely wrong. Use it as if you are instructing like somebody like junior to you, and you're overseeing their work. So you actually have to go through the work. The only difference is rather than you spending 2 hours writing the whole code, you're spending 30 minutes looking at the whole code, reading through it, understanding the structure, making corrections. In fact, rewriting some files because you don't need the AI to write them. There's a way you can also tell the AI to ignore some files. Like there are some basic files that I also do that I say, okay, this one is untouchable for AI. Don't read this file at all. Just leave it out of this whole project. And then you can add them to git ignore too. It usually does that. Once it's in git ignore, it's unless it is there are times that it checks the file. Maybe a function is calling a major function inside that file that it needs to understand before it can now replicate or make changes to that function. Sometimes it does, but if you want it to be strictly like, you can also tell it, irrespective of whatever the situation is, don't look at some of these files. So there are some times that you need to write some core logic that is like proprietary and things like that, so you can separate it. But I don't know how far the free version is for instance, GitHub Copilot. If you have full control over it, not seeing at all, but you can still add it. But I don't know how far the control goes. But for business and enterprise, yes, you can actually control it from. But yeah, those are some of the things I think like are good strategies for you to actually enjoy using these tools. Because if you are not careful, you will think I know how to use GitHub Copilot, I know how to use anti-gravity. But in the long run, you'll be able to create stunning websites, stunning mobile apps. But the day you are the only engineer there, no internet, but they need you to quickly fix that UI bug. Or if there's internet, no Copilot, maybe at that place the only available ID on that laptop is a Sublime Text. I don't know anybody who uses that again now, but yeah. But yeah, just imagine how would you cope, right? So I mean, get to use those tools, they are good, but make sure you understand what is happening in the code base such that you can speak about it. You can delete the file and write it yourself without having any fear, because you still know how to write code. You are not totally dependent on Gen AI, right? So yeah, I mean, that's my own take on this too, sha. Anybody else? Any contribution, question, anything? Okay, seems like the house is silent. I guess I guess we are good. Uh, so I think we can call it a day here, right? All right. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. So I'm looking forward to week 7 and 8. They are actually advanced topics, but this time we're adding so we are doing image generation, we are doing multimodality for week 7, and week 8 we are going to be doing RAG, retrieval augmented generation. You probably see the use of what's it called? Vector DBs. We are working with Pinecone, uh, so please let's try to attempt these things. And you know, I think one of the tasks there is to we're going to build an AI blog post title image generator. I think so. To create an image from a post title and also a QA chatbot. You give it a PDF and it will answer a question. So the to be able to ingest, create the embeddings, make query and generate. So it will be a very nice thing to do. If you are also I don't know if we have I'll look into it, but maybe I might need to change something there. You might use Hugging Face, but if you also have access, you can. I think there's a way to apply for. I think as an individual developer, you can also get it. But you guys can look into it. You can use Vertex AI too. I think they can give you up to $300 worth of credit. To be nice to actually play around with Vertex AI for majority of the things that we are doing here. So you can look into it. But I'll also look into it. If I see that the possibility of it, I'll share it on the group with everyone so that we can also you know use some of those tools and it helps. So yeah, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your commitment so far. I mean, I know some names like I've been seeing since week from the first week up until now. You guys are the real OGs. Like you guys are doing great. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Hopefully we meet again for the next session in 2 weeks. And we just have 4 weeks to the end of this program. So yeah, I hope that so far you have learned something tangible, you have learned something awesome that you believe you can use in real world, in your real career, like something you can use to build awesome products. Who knows? Maybe some of us are going to build the next unicorn here. Please remember me in your kingdom. All right. So please do have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and um, please continue to use Gen AI tools and get better. Cheers. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Thank you, Mr. Solomon. Your teaching is very, 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 very good. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you.